Yo, my guys. Motherfucking multi-universe. And the main universe. WWE universe.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. No, don't do that. WWE universe bullshit. That's the most like, hey, look at me, run CP bullshit.
Yo, guys, welcome to we are your host. I'm my boy Eddie Lord, warrior. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. You're choppy as fuck, bro. I'm just saying.
Chopped.
You're choppy. Hold up. Let me see if it's like
choppy.
It might. I'm just saying, dog. Let's see. Hold up. Fourth wall shit.
Keep rolling with you guys.
Hang on. Yeah, dude, you're choppy as fuck. I thought it was me.
What, me?
Yeah, it's you.
Oh shit, son. For the people, that'd be you on the.
No, because I'm watching the video stream and you're choppy. I come out clear.
That's crazy because to me I'm clear. Although I'm trying to say that.
All right.
These guys. I apologize for the craziness right now.
Which is weird because like when you were walking upstairs, like everything was pretty good, and then all of a sudden like, super choppy.
Right. That's weird. Yeah, it's like when I'm watching live. Can y'all hear me okay though?
It's like choppy, but I hear you better right there.
Right. Okay. That's weird. I didn't know we can do that. Yeah, we'll ride the wave to see what fucking occurs, my guy.
Cool.
Free and where do you want that?
Bro, I didn't hear any of what you just said. Fuck. I could barely, dude. It's like so choppy, I could barely hear you.
Bro.
Fucking, it's YouTube problems. Hold up. I got an idea. Can you hear me clear? All right, maybe I gotta be on this shit. Hold up. Let's see. Am I on right now? Sure. Oh. Okay. If you can hear me clearly, like, because what I do is this: I have you. Okay. See. Okay. So you get. So I'm coming through clear on the feed on the YouTube video, but you're not. You're coming on super choppy. So try to jump off without taking us off live. Jump off and jump back on and see if that resets the connection. Okay. Anyway, meanwhile, I guess I'll take over and talk a little bit. So obviously, UFC. Oh, we can start WrestleMania. We can talk about WrestleMania, I guess, first. So I don't normally watch too many of these, MMA. Wow, I almost fucked that up. I don't watch too many of these like WWE events. It's not really my thing. Sorry about that extra volume there. It's not really my thing, but it's very. It was entertaining as fuck. I give you that much. How about that? It was actually pretty fun to watch. I don't watch them very often, but to see Ronda Rousey go out there to do what she did was actually pretty fucking cool, right? Like, not necessarily just because she left MMA and the UFC and all that, and she won't fight no more, but because she actually went to something that she enjoys. Like a lot of people aren't into obviously pro wrestling, right? And for someone, look, she ended up following her dream. I'm a little fucked up right now because I'm trying to figure out what the fuck's going on with Ash. But to see somebody like a Ronda Rousey, who's a legend in MMA. First of all, let's not fucking play this shit, all right? Everyone's been talking about, trying to talk shit about her and whatnot. Like, oh, she faced lesser opponents. We didn't know there were lesser opponents, so she whooped their ass. She might just be that damn good. Okay. As far as her MMA career goes, yeah, she lost to Holly Holm. Yeah, okay. She lost to Amanda Nunes. Sure. All right. If you don't think that there's that skill levels, right? That those levels of shit. But if you don't think that as years go by and other women or girls look up to these fighters, right? And that the level of competition doesn't get better, it won't get better, you're out of your damn mind. I mean, look at the 135-pound division in men's MMA. Look at any division really, but in that division specifically, it got really good. I mean, we're about to have a 135 title fight between Amanda Nunes and Rocky Pennington, and that title was for the longest time, dominated by Ronda Rousey. So it's it's pretty cool to see a legendary fighter, and she's a legend. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. She'll be in the UFC Hall of Fame. She'll be in some kind of sports Hall of Fame from whatever whoever does the martial arts ones. Certainly from the California, I guess California, she's from California, I think. State Hall, Sports Hall of Fame. She'll be in all these things because she was the first to do it the way she did it. She was the one that got Dana White to say, yeah, bring women into to MMA, right? He kept telling people, no, it'll never happen, ever. It'll never happen. Never turn into, okay, Ronda, come on in. And then Ronda became the biggest name in MMA. That happened. So, it's something that we. Oh, we're here.
Are we good?
Oh shit, he's back.
Yo.
There you go. I don't know what the fuck that was about, dog.
That was some fucking craziness. You know what's even funnier? Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, you're perfect now.
You know what's funny? It says your microphone is not working or your hardware is muted.
Oh, welcome to Google Hangouts problems, bro. This is what happens when you use Google Hangouts. I should talk Google Hangouts constantly. The thing is, I can't really complain too much because it's free. But still, fuck it.
Yeah, but it should work.
It should definitely fucking work, man. Especially if you're gonna be like demonetizing shit, motherfuckers. Anyway, so I was explaining a little bit of like Ronda Rousey's like MMA career and all that, and why she's a legend. What? Yeah, hey, I got you, bro.
From last night.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, like you can't not call her a legend because she was a legend of her time. It just happened to be the two bad chicks that just happened to be better popped up at the same time. So
I'll just throw this point out there, right? Okay. Would you consider Hoist Gracie a legend?
Sure, he was first to do it.
He was dominant. He was beating people left, right, and center with the quickness. But then you look at like when he got beat badly.
Well, he ran into like evolved fighters. Some of the people that watched him do it, and they go, "Oh, I'm gonna need this too. All right, I'm gonna go train this real quick. While he's doing that one thing, I'm gonna go train these other things to counter that one thing." And the same thing happened to Ronda Rousey. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, so Ronda gets in there, clinches you, throws you on your fucking head, and then murders your arm. Okay, let's not let her get that close. Working my jab like a motherfucker, working my leg kicks like a motherfucker, working my movement.
And keeping the hips away from me at all times.
Like crazy. So that's the thing. Like last night, seeing all this negativity on there, like, oh, yeah, she's in pro wrestling now because she can't fight. First of all, she can still fucking fight.
Yo, the people who can say that would be the same people who would never say that to her face because she would throw them on the head.
Just the threat of her throwing them on their head would be enough to be like, oh, yeah, hey, Ronda, big fan. Fuck that bitch. Like off her phone and shit. And I would just say, because like last night, a lot of that on Twitter, I watched a lot of Twitter as far as the pro wrestling shit goes and Wrestlemania, because I was very curious to see what the reaction would be. And like half of it was like, oh, cringe and all this shit. People that expected it's funny that they expected her to be let me just close up the MMA part just with a nice little bow. She's a legend. She'll be in the Hall of Fames and all the Hall of Fames because she was the first to do it. Okay, and because she was so goddamn dominant for as long as she was dominant. Okay, so now switching over to pro wrestling, it really weirded me out, and I haven't watched it consistently in a long time, but it weirded me out. It actually confused me when people try to make points about how cringy she is. Oh wow, look at that! What do they call it when they fuck up a move?
When they botch it.
Okay, look at that botch, and look at that botch. You're like, oh, I'm sorry, because she hasn't been wrestling for in pro wrestling for her whole fucking life. Her fucking back, cocksucker. Like, it doesn't make sense.
There's people though who have been in it for 20 years and they're still doing botches. So
yeah,
I mean, fuck.
Do you know what I mean? Fucking what's his name? Fuck, Ultimate Warrior. Yeah. Great great fucking song, great gimmick. Just the weird, it's like the snorting thing where it seems like he was about to hock a loogie and shit. That was weird, but he fucking hurt other dudes. Like, you could watch documentaries about him destroying like careers because of how bad he was.
Goldberg finished Bret Hart's career with a bad concussion.
Yep.
Like, think about it. Like, he kicked him in the face.
Yeah.
Like, he kicked him, like, he kicked him in the face, and it wasn't the only guy he hurt. So, like, it just amuses me, though, that they expect, her to be perfect because there's such that high standard of hatred. Whereas, like, there's, like I said, there's people who have been in the game for 20 years. Like, last night, John Cena, one of the biggest cringes of the night for me was with John Cena and Undertaker.
That was so awful.
The big boo where Taker goes to kick him in the face, and his hands are here. His foot's there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Down. And I'm like, so hold on a minute. We're going to criticize Ronda Rousey, who's been training for about a year. And she's the first actual live, professional bout, you know what I mean, in front of 78,000 people in her underwear. Do you know what I mean?
By the way, I was not hating on how she looked.
She's powerful.
Wow. I was like, whoa, that's the best physically she's looked ever. I've never seen her look that good. Even in MMA, when she cut down 135, I mean? Like, maybe in their Strike Force days, she was younger, but like, this is like physically the best she's looked ever.
I'm with you. I think she looks great. And you know what? The main thing for me is casting aside the match and everything like that. Me and you spoke about this before, but the main thing that I took away from it and that I really liked about her last night was she looked happy. She looked happy from beginning. She looked happy in the ring, and she looked happy at the end. And I saw an interview with her and Kurt Angle after.
Yeah, I saw that.
She just looked happy. Like,
you can't put a price on that. And that's another reason why people hate. People hate because that's not them. Right? I mean, like, that's not, and it's people won't accept that their lives are in their own control. She has control of her own life, and she made the move she did. She was, did it take some luck? Sure, but it took a lot of goddamn hard work. But here's the thing about the match itself. We can talk about the whole card if you want to. I ended up watching
we'll talk about like the main bits. Whatever you want to talk about, we'll talk about for sure.
I watched from Ronda Rousey on, to be honest with you. So before that, I missed everything. But she looked natural. Like, she looked like a natural. She didn't look perfect, certainly not. That one part where she when she tags in, she pulls Stephanie McMahon into the ring, and then she like does that where she runs up the rope, bounces off, and then she tried to do that technical like where she passes the arm behind her, she like tries to suplex her. She fucked that up, but enough for like a guy like me that hasn't watched it like consistently in a long time to notice. But she still got the move. She finished the move like how supposed, like at the end. You know what I mean? And she just looked natural. That's my biggest takeaway. She looked natural.
The one thing that you got to take into account though, when she was predominantly wrestling in that match, she was wrestling against somebody who doesn't wrestle. Stephanie is a wrestler. Like she had probably about 6 to 8 matches her entire life. So, and I know she's been around it and stuff, but it's different when you're on that stage. And you know what? Like, for me personally, my only gripe throughout that entire match was one thing only.
Sure.
The arm bar is sacred.
Yeah.
When she put the arm bar on once, it should have been the only time. There should have been no, countering. There should have been, and I know for WWE they want to kind of make Stephanie because she's like, the baddest bitch in there, and she's one of the owners, so she's got to have that dominance, that aura about her. But I don't believe that anybody should have been able to get out of that armbar for 6 months, 9 months. Like as soon as she gets that on, done. Like nobody's getting out of it. Like that's it.
Oh, okay. As far as the storyline goes, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, because like Ronda Rousey, like when we associate with Ronda Rousey, we don't go head movement. We don't go, yo, them jab crosses, my guy. Do you know what I mean? She's got a mean one too. We don't go, oh, the dexterity with those head kicks. We don't. That's not what we associate with her. We associate her throwing and jacking bitches and and snatching arms. Like that's what we.
By the way, I just realized why her MMA striking was god awful. Okay, because Edmund was teaching her pro wrestling striking. That's why it didn't work in MMA. Nice job, because that was just as bad as it always has been. But she doesn't have to strike. It doesn't. This is where people get crazy. There was people criticizing that. It's like, oh wow, she still sucks. Like, oh wow, she's not fighting anybody, cocksucker. Like this is a fucking wrestling match. Here's the thing. It's a weird. I don't read. Okay, and I hate to fucking bring this dude up, but like I don't hate like a Conor McGregor. Okay.
Right, okay.
I don't reset the way I feel about people until their actions require it to do so. So I annoyed of it, for example, kind of threw a fucking thing through a window? Fuck yeah, they don't know what the fuck out of me. Was I annoyed and kind of like turned off by Ronda Rousey and avoiding the media for a fucking year? You know what I mean? Or whatever it was after her first loss, and then even more after her second loss. Fuck yeah. She's back. She's doing something new. Don't fucking, those feelings don't roll over to what she's doing, right? To me, I'm not that way. I wasn't raised that way. I wasn't raised to hold, a gripe or a grudge or whatever the fuck against people, no matter what. You know what I mean? Is their actions or what should be taken into account? So the fact that she's in this, like, fuck yeah, it was fun to watch. I enjoyed the fuck out of it. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Matches on the night.
Oh, easy, because the main event sucked dick.
Well, yeah, we'll get into that in a minute, though.
Yeah.
But the one thing I want to take away from the whole Ronda Rousey thing is it was a good match. It was a good platform. The more she works with certain people, it's going to be a lot more fun. Her and Charlotte Flair, I'm predicting. Me and my friends were talking about this last night. I'm hoping that is going to be the match they're going to work towards at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Because that'd be just fun. Like that Charlotte Asuka match. That was fucking cool, man. That was a good fucking match. Yeah, the Charlotte Asuka match, and I was surprised because Asuka had gone on a streak of being undefeated for longer than Goldberg did, and beating more opponents, and actually beating more opponents, like not like Goldberg's fake record where he didn't actually have the matches. They just kept on bumping it up every week.
Right.
But I was just happy though that like Charlotte got the win. But one thing I will say though, when she came out, like they did the Ric Flair music at the beginning, and they had like the big like stage with all the men coming out and stood around, and she was like this goddess type figure. And then her music started. It feels like Charlotte's a star already. So for her to have that Flair name alongside it, and her to potentially be going with Ronda Rousey, don't be surprised if they do that at SummerSlam and that's the main event. And definitely don't be surprised if they're saying it for WrestleMania next year. And that's your main event of WrestleMania next year, because promoting Ric Flair's daughter against Ronda Rousey for the title at WrestleMania, I can imagine that being a main event in my honest opinion. So I'm looking forward to that.
I'll tell you right now, they're gonna get Ronda's mom involved in that.
Ronda's fucking mom could jack Ric Flair.
Yeah. And for those that don't know, that chick was a bad chick too.
She was a bad mama jamma.
Motherfucker, this is stupid. Real quick, and we're not breaking news, but Nick Diaz accepts a 1-year USADA suspension for 2017 whereabouts violation, which means you didn't tell USADA, hey, I'm over here taking a shit in Vegas. Oh no, now I'm taking a shit in California. Oh, now I'm fucking bitches in Dallas. Like, fuck you guys. The guy hasn't fought. Leave him the fuck alone. Although, if he is trying to fight, he's in the testing pool. You kind of got to about the rules.
Yeah,
which tells me that he's made himself available for fights. He just ain't trying to fucking test shit, because that shit it'd be like when Joe Rogan said that if he took a piss test, like it might light the place on fire. Yeah, and Nick Diaz would be like green, just immediately like, oh fuck.
My friend turned around when the whole Khabib thing was going down with all his opponents dropping out. My friend turned around and said, why don't they just ask Nate and just give him a shitload of money? I was like, because his piss will come back like a radioactive waste, my guy.
Radioactive green waste? Hell yeah, it would.
It would levitate. His piss would be that high. That's how high his piss would levitate.
The testers would get high off just being around it. Fucking A. Like just handling the bottle itself. Oh, fuck. Like, that being said, legalize this shit. Why is this shit still illegal, motherfucker?
I do like that the CBD has been legalized on USADA's drug.
About goddamn time.
Yeah,
that shit. You know how many fucking fighters have been using that shit now? Like a motherfucker. Yeah,
I'm very happy with that.
Anyway,
what other matches did you enjoy at WrestleMania then?
What?
What other matches did you enjoy at WrestleMania?
Okay. The one after Ronda was the which one was the one after Ronda?
Yeah, it was a big blur for me because there was a lot of bourbon being consumed. I'm not even gonna
I
lie.
don't remember what the one
Oh,
after Ronda was. Okay, well the
wow.
ones that are memorable. Uh
I'm gonna pull
I
up the
I enjoyed the fuck the dude with the chick hair and Nakamura.
Oh, Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles. By the
Oh,
way, I'm
Styles.
just throwing this out there. I'm wearing a Shinsuke shirt, by the way.
There you go.
Yay.
That part on the right, and like I said, on the other side of the shirt looks like a bong. It don't look like a fucking sword.
Oh, you got it on the mind, my guy.
Fair enough. I want to get high. It's okay. But
Yeah.
fucking that was fun to watch because like those dudes could fucking move. Like they were
Yeah.
fucking like they. I mean, obviously they've done this before. Apparently, like I actually did a little bit of reading on that.
The match in
But
Japan was a lot better.
yeah. People were saying this is gonna be epic, and I'm like, that was really good. I just don't know how. Like, I mean, I'd have to look up the other one on YouTube probably. But
Yeah, you'll find it. It was in New
yeah.
Japan. If you don't find it on YouTube, you'll find it on Daily Motion. So
Okay. Well, I'll check it out. But just because I'm curious about how good it really was. But they moved really well together. And at the very end, it's like all respect and shit. And as soon as he got really like his nuts were right in Nakamura's face, I was like, someone's getting dick punched. Oh shit! He got dick punched. And like, dude, first of all, one of the reasons why I stopped watching pro wrestling because I could so easily like predict what the fuck was gonna happen. I predicted that one, and I predicted the big fat bitch.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. What's her name? What?
Eddie's not part of the Me Too movement, man. He's not about the.
What's her name, dude? That's the thing.
Can I just throw out one thing as well, though? Can I just point out that our dear friend Brad is a fan of the way that Nia Jax looks, by the way. How she looks.
Oh, he liked the, hey, look, man, big girls need love too. Good for you, Brad.
I just couldn't picture them together.
Yeah, that'd be a 10.
You could literally cradle him like a baby.
Dude, I couldn't run for office, man. The PC police would be up my ass so fast.
Yeah, for people who don't know, Nia Jax had a match against Alexa Bliss.
Nia Jax, thank you. What's her name? What's the blondie girl? Yeah, damn. Hey, Alexa Bliss, baby. I know those squats are working for you, son. Shit.
She's tiny as well. I think she's like 5'2" as well.
Oh, even better. You can throw her around a little bit. Whoo! All right, I'm done.
All kinds of hyped up after that coffee. But yeah, Nia Jax is the cousin of The Rock, also Dwayne Johnson. So you know it is what it is. But I mean,
all kidding aside, for a girl her size, she's pretty goddamn athletic. For her size.
Yeah,
like, I guess. If you could put into account like the how much fat there is in there and all that, and the fact that she's not like she caught Alexa. Mind you, Alexa Bliss, like you said, is tiny.
She's like 5'2" and weighs about 130 pounds or 140 pounds.
Oh man, she might be. Hey, look, I put like 4 or 5 babies in that girl, but she went in the air and Nia Jax caught her. Although, who was the other chick? This other black chick, big girl, like not too long ago. I saw her on Twitter.
Awesome Kong.
Who?
Awesome Kong.
There was I guess I don't know. There was one big girl. She was like wearing like leather shit, and like her entrance was like a cackle of some sort, like a witch's laugh.
It might. I'm sure it was Nia.
Okay, well let's just go with that.
Hold on, I'll send you a DM so you can see.
Yeah, but Nia Jax reminds me of Rikishi in certain ways. And I was just like, man, sit on her face, and like the least sexual way possible, but sit on her face, like, you know what I mean? But that was cool.
This chick.
Are you gonna send me the picture?
Yeah, DM. Guess we're breaking the fourth wall, guys.
Fuck the fourth wall, man. I've broken that shit so many times, it shouldn't exist anymore. Trump's trying to get that shit rebuilt, and I'm like, nah, son. Yeah, her. That's her. Yeah. Okay.
I didn't know if you was talking about I forgot her name now, but you know the really tall black chick that fights in she's not. Well, I think she's Samoan actually, but the chick who fights in Rising, the really tall chick, the heavyweight chick.
Oh, not she just fought. What's her name?
The tall one, the really, really tall one. She's a big chick, like she's tall.
Brazilian?
No, not Brazilian. She's I think she's Samoan.
I don't know her name, but I know who you're talking about. If you're not talking about
like Prince.
Gabby.
No, no, not Gabby. But Nia Jax
Okay.
versus Gabby Garcia is my prediction for the next fight.
Fuck it. Nia Jax will whoop her ass, probably just sit on her. But regardless, that'd be funny shit to like watch, man.
Oh my god, I can't even spell for shit. WWE daughter. I'm sure it's the Barbarian's daughter. What's her name?
Yo, fucking. You follow Tony Bellew on
Lydia
Instagram?
Lydia Tapper.
Sounds familiar.
That chick. Hold on, is that?
Oh right, yeah, her, yeah.
Yeah. She's fucking huge though. She's like
she's a big girl.
6 foot 220.
Yeah, man. All the supplements and that, and her growing up.
But yeah, so we'll get into some more of these matches now.
Yo, Tony Bellew, you know, do you follow him on Instagram?
I've seen, I get him retweeted all the time, but yeah.
Okay, he fucking posted a thing on Instagram of a little girl giving a cigarette and a lighter. And he's just like, somebody save this girl. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like watching this. Whoa, this kind of abuse. What the fuck? This is abuse. Wow. Dude. Yo, hey, that's fucked up. Yo, if y'all can go to Tony Bellew's Instagram and watch that video he just put up, like, his last video. Yo, someone find out where this girl is and fucking help her, because that's abuse. Anyway.
What did you think to Braun Strowman and Nicholas?
So when he was fucking looking for a partner, I'm like, oh shit, here comes Travis Brown. There's no way it'll be Travis Brown. It only makes sense. Both are tall, both have massive beards. It'd be fun as shit to watch. And then we get the surprise that, oh, look, Travis Brown's now a fucking wrestler. And then everyone can start hating both of them and her and Ronda, him and Ronda, about like a wrestling power couple. And everyone gets all salty on this side and gets all pissy. And that'd be fun for me to watch. But then he, obviously, we can get him. So I'm like, all right, Daniel Cormier. Well, he was just over at 223 in Brooklyn. Just a quick flight down to New Orleans. He's ready to go. He gets in there, just some like takedown and like like some kind of like.
See me fucking cry. That's all you were saying.
That would have been awesome. I'd have been like, I was right before he picked out the kid. I was literally typing up, if he pulls Daniel Cormier out, you have to go live right the fuck now. And I'm gonna join you like on Instagram Live or something, because I need to see how you feel about this, like moment by moment. And then he picks out this like Nicholas kid, so I deleted the whole thing. But like this kid comes out, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not that high. What the hell am I watching here? And, like, pulls the kid, he takes him to the fucking ring and shit. He whoops the shit out of these two dudes, right? And I like I really enjoyed it when he like tags the kid in, and the kid jumps in. He's like, yeah, fuck this, and gets it back in. Like, here, you got a breather out of this. Pa, get back in here. That was cool.
Big ass back in
yeah, but I mean, now the kid's like, he gets to, like they were saying, like the commentators were saying, like, oh, now he gets to what's it called? He gets to go to school as like, tag team champion and shit. And they'll take his belts away, and it'll just be what's his, big fat bearded fuck will just show up tonight with two belts.
He's got school, hasn't he?
I mean, yeah, he's not gonna be in there, dude. He's just gonna be. He'll be there tonight, and then they'll get beat or something, or Brum will get beat by somebody, and they'll start a feud that way. See, I can fucking tell you what's gonna happen already.
Oh, look at this guy! Like, he's acting like we've never watched wrestling before. Like, we know.
I watched it before, fool.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, though, is people do this thing like, I can predict what's going to happen in wrestling. It's like, well, I can predict what's going to happen in movies, motherfucker. But it doesn't mean like I should be a movie director. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of those things that nobody ever does it in anything else. Dude, like, if you watch a film or a TV series, you don't go all the way through it. Like, people who don't watch wrestling always go, I can predict what's going to happen, man. It's like, yeah, so can I. But it's like, I can predict what's going to happen in a TV show or a film. I can predict the same thing, because it's like, seen a lot of films.
Yeah. That being said, you couldn't get me. They would not want me to be like a story writer. Like, what is it called? The creative.
Creative writers.
Yeah. I couldn't be in that like team and like writing for WWE, because it would all be like, Alexa Bliss and so in half naked in a shower, and they wrestle in there, and his titty pops out. Like,
you would have been a great writer in 2001.
Fuck yeah, dude. That was when wrestling was fun to watch.
Oh, I can't imagine why. You was 15 watching titties, like,
bro.
shocked.
Bro, Lita got nailed in the middle of whatever garden, like whatever arena they were at. That was awesome.
Yeah, I was like,
and Trish Stratus' top fell off every other time. Fucking, what's her name? Long-legged, fine-ass girl. Stacey Keebler. I used to call her Cookie Girl because of Keebler cookies or whatever.
Yeah.
But Stacey Keebler was like literally strip dancing on national television. I was like, fuck yeah, like 15 and shit. But like,
got titties out as well.
Oh yeah, dude. That chick has insurance policies on her legs. She's that fine. It's ridiculous. I don't even know what she does now. Probably like some fitness shit. But
well, she was dating I forgot his fucking
Clooney.
Yeah, she was dating Clooney.
The funny thing about that, Clooney's like, yeah, you're not the one, and he just leaves. I'm like, how gangster is that guy? Yeah, you might be the finest woman on the planet right now. And I'm good. Like, wow, she must be that annoying that he's just like, yeah, fuck that.
What was your what did you think to the main event? Then we'll delve into that, and then we'll go into the UFC.
The main event was diggity dog shit.
Diggity dog.
Dude, fucking what was it? Real quick, what was the one before that? There was another
the match before that was the tag team match.
Okay, before that, after the Ronda.
Styles. The one before that was Nia Jax. The one before that was Daniel Bryan. The one before that was Undertaker.
Okay, wait, those two. Okay, so Taker, Cena, because I know you give your take on it. Taker, Cena to me. So Cena gets in there with a guitar guy. By the way, that's fucking played out WWE. The Rock did it. I think Mick Foley did it for a while. Fucking everyone did it. Let's just stop with the singing shit. Just cut it out. It's not fun anymore. It's stupid. Like, I'm saying like I'm gonna keep watching this shit. I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm not watching this anymore. I won't know whether they do it or not because I'm not watching.
You're gonna be back at SummerSlam in August.
Yeah, right. It'll be. I'll see you guys in a few months. Fuck this shit. No, but he that goes through, and then Cena's walking out, and all of a sudden, like the lights turn off. Everyone knew that was gonna happen. There was no way. That was the worst.
We didn't though. We genuinely
didn't. Right, but he was in the crowd the whole fucking night, and then the lights turn off. You're like, come on, man. Like that wasn't gonna be a WrestleMania match. That was awful.
We actually thought a lot of people thought that he was gonna end up being Braun Strowman's tag team partner. Because he didn't have a tag team partner, so that everybody thought, well, he's in the audience.
She jumps in.
Like, just we ain't got shit to do.
Should have been Travis Brown or DC, bro. I'm telling you.
Travis Brown would have been funny, because, well.
I think that would have been cool, because he sucks anyway, but it would have been fun to watch. Like, yeah. Anyway, but, so then, Undertaker comes back, but then Undertaker whoops Cena's ass in like 5 minutes. I'm like, what was the point of that shit? Like, well, and here's the thing. Well, people think for some reason that when Michael Cole, which is like the one guy on that commentary team that I remember, when Michael Cole said, he's back and he's better than ever. When he said that shit's scripted. It is not like Joe Rogan, commentary.
He's got something in his ear telling him
exactly. But it's just like it's not like Joe Rogan saying, "Oh, Khabib's hands suck," and then having to apologize the next day because all you cocksuckers online are just like butthurt about everything. You fucking idiots. But like, but he's being told, okay, here's where we're going. When he said he's back and he's better than ever, that makes me think this fucking dude's trying to keep wrestling. Like you know what I mean?
My takeaway from that match was way back in the day when Cena first started on the main roster of WWE. He had a match against Taker when he was the American Badass, the biker one. And afterwards, he saw him in the back, and this is when John was a rookie, and he looked at him and nodded and like give him a little nod of approval, like smacked him on chest as if to say, "Good lad," and walked off. And to get an acknowledgement of approval from Taker in wrestling is a very, very big deal. It's a very, very big deal. It's one of those very few things that, like, if you get a nod off a Taker, then that means you are in a good position. Like, that means you're going to be okay. Like, if he gives you the seal of approval, you're in a good spot. So to fast forward years ahead, for Cena to give, breaking the fourth wall here, fuck kayfabe and all that stuff, but like to break the fourth wall and go, right, I'm gonna get like ran over by Taker. That's my thank you for everything you did for me. That's what that was.
On the way
that's
out.
Why Taker came through, smashed Cena, and that's why it was just a thank you. It was just a send off to go, like, because Taker lost in that same arena to Brock Lesnar, the first ever time he'd ever lost at WrestleMania. He lost there the last time to Brock Lesnar. So for him to come back there and him win dominantly, it just gives him a nice send off to kind of go, thank you.
That'd be cool. I mean, I guess if that's the case, that'd be cool. But for some reason, I thought, okay, he'll be back next year, and then him and Cena will do this crazy build of like Cena just can't live with himself because he lost to Taker the way he did, and now he's got to get the rematch at WrestleMania. So I don't know. I mean, either way, it doesn't matter. Like I know Taker, back in the day was like, to me, was like crazy good. I was like, wow, like this dude gets up on the fucking ropes and like drops the nasty. It used to be it's a punch or an elbow?
It's like it's like a punch. It's like a punchy kind of
almost like a forearm.
Club, is it? It's like a club. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you're getting the hand, you're getting the forearm, you're getting the elbow, you're getting the big fucking smack of the back.
Yeah, back in the day when wrestling was like more like PG-13, almost R. It was like him and like Kane would do it at the same time and just drop them whoever the fuck they're fighting, or they have a match with. It's pretty cool. And Tombstone and power drivers and all this shit. But I know he's always been thought of as one of the best ever, if not the best ever. Yeah, so I know like him and like Shawn Michaels like would be like the shit. So anyway, but in fact they fucking had matches together. Like I remember one of the last pay-per-views that I actually watched was Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels comes in from like they fucking bring him from up high, bright white suit and the hat and all that shit, and then bring him down to take on the King of Darkness. And I was like, "Ooh, this is sick!" I was a kid, just freaking out.
That's because Shawn Michaels came back as a Christian, so there was really portraying like The joke is though is because I've met Shawn Michaels. I'm a massive fan. He's my favorite wrestler of all time, so I can say this, but. Shawn Michaels was a bit of an asshole back in the day, and the joke though is Jim Cornette, a former manager and writer for WWE, turned around and said the reason why Shawn Michaels found God is because nobody else would talk to him.
That's perfect. Oh, that's who like a T who that dude is, because that dude had like alcohol and drug problems left and right. He was like stabbing dudes in the back and shit. That whole thing with is it Bret Hart?
Yo, that wasn't his fault though. That was Vince.
That for sure. But it took a guy like him to go through with it.
Yeah,
most guys would have been like
carry that in the back. It's one of those things that when you have to be that strong of a guy to kind of go. A lot of people are going to hate me for this, but we have to do this. Like I will be the bad guy for the better of the company. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing. But Brock Lesnar anyway. The main event. We'll just delve into that and then we'll get into you.
Suck dick. It was dog shit. Look. And I haven't watched Roman Empire. Fucking, that's not his name.
Roman Reigns.
Thank you. I haven't watched Roman Reigns a lot, but he's like the prototypical pro wrestler that you want as like the face of your company, and I wanted to like him. I really did.
Yeah.
But and part of me does, as far as like the way he like he's in there, especially when you go back, did a little bit of YouTube research when he was part of the Shield and all that. That was like the best he's ever been. Like go back to that shit, dog, for sure. But I think like he could be like if people didn't just shit on him because they were, I guess. I was asking you about it. You told me they forced him on everybody.
Yeah, it's like the force feeding it. Like they're telling you you're gonna like this guy because we're gonna keep going with it. You're gonna like him.
They're just doing it. So it was just finishers. It was like when you played the old WWE games and you're just spamming the finishes and you're just waiting for that bar to fill up and okay, another F5. Okay, another F5. Oh, hey, check it out. Another F5. What fucking fucking la-di-da, motherfucker. Like, really? Shit.
The biggest problem with that match is the fans, and this is the weird thing though. This is where we go to I know we're breaking the fourth wall today, but this is what we have to do with wrestling as far as it's concerned. Because otherwise we sound like idiots if we make out that this is all real. But the fact is the worst thing about this all is that Brock Lesnar, as far as every fan was concerned last night, was doing what he did 10 years ago, and he was leaving WWE. He was leaving to go back to the UFC. He was quitting the WWE for the UFC again. So the fans are like, all right, then we know the match. In wrestling, the main thing is blurring the lines so much that you go, who's going to win? That's the be-all, end-all. The main thing is to make you believe that either one of these guys or girls can win. And when Brock Lesnar, the whole news around the weekend was his contract's up, he's leaving to go back to the UFC. Dana White's tweeting that he's going to be in the fucking UFC in a couple months and possibly fight for the title. Every fucking fan is going, so Reigns is winning then. And we don't, I don't personally dislike him. I think Reigns is a good wrestler. I just think that, you know, it's the force feeding thing. But the main problem I have is like I knew who was going to win. Now, granted, you know, like you say, for finisher after finisher, F5 after F5, F5. But then when he started doing the elbows and he bloodied him up, I was like, oh, okay. Didn't really think that we were going to see, you know, him elbow the shit out of him and make him bleed. And then when he started, you know, hitting him with his big moves, the finish, like the spears and all that shit, I was like, right, here we go. Reigns is going to win. But then as soon as Brock hit that fucking F5 again and he won, I didn't really know what the fuck is going on, because I've read today now, WWE tweeted that Brock Lesnar has re-signed with WWE.
Oh, good for
So
them.
apparently he isn't leaving to go back to the UFC.
All right, well, hey, check all the fans that were booing the shit last night and go fuck yourselves now.
But that's the thing, isn't it? That's the kicker, because all that, and it's just like, yeah, it's staying.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that kind of sucks. But hey, but yeah, it was a fun pay-per-view. I'm looking forward to the next one. I'll be watching that shit, and I can't wait to see how it all kind of unfolds and everything like that. But hey, right, well, let's move into the UFC stuff here, yeah?
Real quick on that main event with Roman Reigns. I like the Superman punch.
Yeah.
I like this. I guess he has a spear sort of move. I like that. I would like if I was gonna watch anyway. I would like for him to have like something a little more fluid. Both of those movements are very like rigid, like stiff. I would like some like The Rock was pretty fluid for being such a big guy. I would like some movement like that, and I think that would make him just like a superstar, even better than Cena in my opinion. But still,
yeah.
But yeah, overall, WrestleMania, a solid B plus, A minus.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like a 7.5 for me, like maybe an 8.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So it was all right. Maybe it was like all right, cool. You know, Ronda starts like, all right, that was sick. All right, cool. And then you move on to Nia Jax, and then AJ and Nakamura, and I was baller as fuck. And then the clown thing with Nicholas and the other, and then the Braun Strowman. Strowman. And then you get to the main event, you're like, what the fuck happened here? How could you? I literally was sitting there. I was sitting there, and by the way, my girlfriend was with me, and she was like literally giving me all the shit for being a girl man watching pro wrestling. And I go, I watch dudes in like underwear beat the shit out of each other. This is just a little different. You chill the fuck out. Like, this is just scripted, okay, of that. And there's hot chicks everywhere in that point. But I was just like, man, yeah, you guys had it going, and then how could you fuck it up at the end?
Honestly, you've got to imagine those fans have been there for 7 to 9 hours.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like, I get it. I get the booing. To me, I've never enjoyed people booing.
I don't like
an event that's scripted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't like it when they boo MMA, but unless it's like legitimately just humping, like, okay, this is stupid, right? Like GSP humping people and shit, or like if Ben Askren was in the UFC. But I don't understand like the booing when it's like, this is theater, all right? Just enjoy the show. You don't go watch Hamilton and boo, you fucking idiots. Like, you don't go watch your local Shakespeare play and go boo, unless you're like the drunk asshole in the back. You don't go to your kids' 6th grade fucking school play.
Believe me, when my kids in a little fucking show, if there's somebody who sucks on that stage, I'm going to be booing them.
Yeah, right. But funny story, just real quick before we move on to the thing. Went to my girlfriend's daughter had a dance recital on Saturday. No, Friday night. I missed a bunch of shit I wanted to do. So I very, not grumpily, but very just like, fuck. Like, was like that. And I'm sitting there, and she's great. The kid's a great dancer. She fucking moves all, does her shit, all the choreography doing high school and whatnot. And then there was one group that sucked. I remember looking at my girlfriend, I'm like, can I boo these motherfuckers? These suck. And she was like, she literally looks at me, she's like, no, you can't boo. And I'm like, they fucking suck. And so she would not let me do it. So then, like, at the end, they get a fucking, like, they get like almost a standing ovation. And as soon as it gets quiet, I just go, boo. And it's like, just when I saw like half a second, I booed. And I got glared at, and then we moved on. It was all good.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we're choppy again, bro. You there?
If you hear me okay?
Oh, you're coming back a little bit.
Oh, right, I'm going to come back out.
All right. So anyway, we're gonna get into UFC 223 in Brooklyn.